this one here is about empowering your people, and this is about building their judgment. So it's not only giving them the information, which is step one, it's not only giving them the skills to act with that information, it's not only giving them the authority to act with that information, but knowing that when they use that information, apply their skills, and act with authority, that you can trust their judgment. So this is my niece, Abby. So this is when she was 18, on her 18th birthday. She's now 21, and I taught her to drive. Well, I kind of did the first 10 driving lessons with her. Her parents, so my sister and my brother-in-law, didn't want her to drive when she was eligible to drive. They said, oh, no, don't worry, Abs, we can drive you around. You won't even have a car till the end of year 12 anyway. You can't afford it. So wait until then, you can get your license. But she talked to me, and then she persuaded her parents that if her uncle was willing to teach her, would they allow that? And they did. So I kind of took her around for the first 10 or so lessons, 10 or 11 lessons. Can I just ask, who in this room has recently, or over the years, helped a young person get their driver's license? Can you just see? It's really, so I say yes if you have, yeah. So it's a really interesting experience, because there are things that we take for granted that when you're learning to drive, you don't realize that at some time you had to go through this process before it became second nature for you, right? So it's really, really, it's a really interesting experience if you haven't done it. Lindsay says that she delegated to her husband. Okay, so the thing with Abs was she was good. Like, I took her around, and like in Western Australia, you have to do 50 hours of supervised driving. So I kind of took her around for the first maybe 10 to 12 hours of that. And we tried different things, starting off in a car park, of course, empty car park, and drove around a little bit. But then we went on to the normal roads. We drove around at the time after school in suburbs where there's a lot of traffic there. We even, like, towards the end, went on to like merging onto the freeway, driving at night. So those basic sort of things we tried out, and then I handed her back to her parents, and then they did like make sure that she got all her hours up and just had lots and lots of practice. And she sent me this little text when she got her license, I can drive, which is typical Gen Z thing to do, right? But I said to Abby, when I handed her back to my sister Iomi and my brother-in-law Neil, I said, Abs, you're a really good driver, like, you're competent. Your biggest job now is to stay out of other people's accidents, right? And when you think about that, for most of us now, if we're competent drivers, and for the times that we're driving competently, staying out of other people's accidents is a really important thing for us to do. And the only way we can do that is if we apply good judgment. Okay? The only way we can do that, because other people supposedly know the rules of the road. Other people are supposedly concentrating, but we've got to be aware of what's going on and being able to make judgment calls as we do this. And I was really lucky. The second time that Abby and I went out driving, we came across a situation like this. So we were driving up, so she's in the driver's seat, driving up to a T-junction. It didn't have a stop sign, but Abby stopped because there's traffic coming from both directions. So she did the careful thing and stopped. And then she looked to her right to make sure there are no cars coming. We want to turn left. I hadn't got the confidence to get her to do a right-hand turn across traffic yet. We were just doing the easy turn left. So she was looking, and she saw another car coming. She waited for a few, and then she saw another car coming, but this one had its indicator on to indicate that it's turning left. So if they turned left, no problem, because it wouldn't have been a problem for us. But I said, Abby, wait, don't turn until you're 100% sure that this person is actually going to turn left. And luckily for us, in terms of learning, luckily for us, this person didn't turn left. They went straight across in front of us. And why? Maybe they forgot they had the indicator on. Maybe they changed their mind and decided, no, that's actually the next intersection. Maybe they put the indicator on too early and didn't realize there was another intersection before it. For whatever reason, Abby learned that day about the importance of having good judgment. So how do you know? You don't have to wait until they turn, but we all know now, instinctively, that person slowed down enough that we know that they're going to turn. Okay, and that's just a judgment call. So what's good judgment? So what you want to be able to do is when a team member comes to you and says, can I have help with this, or can we do this? Ideally, you go ahead, Abby, I trust your judgment. Okay, now, what does good judgment mean? So this is my definition of good judgment. Good judgment means that if you know that they should So for the person doing the activity, if they know they should follow the rules, they follow the rules. If they know it's okay to break the rules, they'll break the rules. And if they know that they don't know which of those two, then they'll stop and ask you for help. Okay, so there's 3 things. I know when to follow the rules, I know when to break the rules, and I know when I don't know. Okay, so can you say to your people, I trust your judgment? And how much of that can you say? Okay, so what are you doing to build judgment in your people? So that's a question I'm going to ask you